Hi, my name is Mark Danneberg. I'm the CEO and founder of Options Moneymaker. We are a trading education company and we are geared to help traders learn how to trade more profitably and more effectively on a consistent basis. Today is the last day of January 2015, and we want to provide an update for you. We're going to be providing updates throughout the year and want to provide an update for you on how January performed. We had an exciting January, and we want to share that with you. But before I get into that, let me also introduce to you my guest, Frank Aragon. Frank has been a trader for many years. Frank and I met through trading when I was teaching live seminars. And Frank is now the CEO and founder of Digital Marketing on Fire. So he has a phenomenal company that he's built to help people market their company, help people produce their books, help people produce their blogs, help people produce their webcasts. And what else do you do, Frank?
Well, you just about said everything, Mark, but I'm really glad to be here. Well, we try to make people bestsellers by producing a book. We also help them with podcasts if they want a podcast. Our whole main objective is to get their message out there in the digital market with leveraging your expertise and creating authority in your market and niche. But those are the main things we do. We also do mobile casting, which is create a mobile website-friendly website for your business. And like you mentioned, we do the video cast like we're doing right now. We're actually doing a video cast, and we're going to use this on videos.
Well, let me just tell you, I'm here to talk about trading, but if any of you are interested in promoting your business, promoting yourself, you have an idea that you want to sell, develop, and you don't even know where to begin, Frank is a phenomenal asset for you to contact. So a little bit later, we'll share his contact information with you. So my experience is I've been trading for over 25 years. I am a teacher. I teach every day. I am working with traders every single day in real-time markets, teaching them how to trade. I'm an author. Thanks to Frank's help, guidance, I produced my book. Didn't quite know where to market it, where to put it out there to help more people. Thanks to Frank's efforts, we are a #1 best-selling book on Amazon. And the book is The Art of Trading More Profits in Less Time. So if you're interested in cash flow, retirement security, financial liberation, which was my #1 goal when I started trading, pick up my book. It's an inexpensive way for you to get started. $2.99 on Kindle, $9.99 in paperback. I'm also an active trader every day, and I like to point that out to people because there are a lot of trading education, investment education organizations out there, and they've done well in the past, but they're still teaching what they learned in the past. I am an active trader in the markets every day. In fact, I host a live trading room every single market day. I have a large group of people who are in my room. These are clients who are active traders, and they're interested in following along with our trades, following along with our strategies, and making money. And Frank, we had a pretty exciting day today. We closed out of our live trading room today, last trading day of January 2015, and I'm just getting bombarded with comments about how much money people made for the month of January. And I'll just summarize it with one comment from Ron, who said that he had the best trading month he has ever had in his trading career, and he's been trading for a very long time. So we took an experienced trader. We gave him some strategies that he wasn't quite familiar with. We showed him how to use them, and we provide that support to him in our live trading room every day. So it's pretty exciting.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, well, it's fantastic for Ron, and I sure loved hearing about it.
That's great.
And we try to help people enjoy the lifestyle and freedom that trading offers. That's what I enjoy. I'm very blessed. I live on the beach in Northern California. not literally on the beach, but I live in a house on the beach, and I get to live where I want. I get to travel as often as I want. I get to stay for as long as I want. And that, to me, is the type of freedom that I think anybody can achieve through trading. So let me just tell you a little bit about my company, Options Moneymaker. I'm just going to give you a brief overview here so you have a basic understanding of what we're all about. Very simply, we focus on teaching traders the art of trading. I passionately believe that trading is an art. Frank passionately believed in us, and that's why he stepped up and he helped us get our book out. And we're just trying to help as many people as we can. You can tell with a price of $2.99 and $9.99, we're not trying to make a whole bunch of money on the book, but what we're trying to do is to introduce you to the concept and help you understand how you could get started in the world of trading. So the art of trading is our passion. We teach options strategies, option trading strategies, and we specifically teach what we refer to as forgiving spreads, vertical spreads, calendar spreads, market tamers, and combos. And these are all things that you can actually learn about in my book and learn about through our education programs. But these are the types of things that we focus on. And I'm going to talk in just a minute about what I mean by a forgiving spread. But that right there is one of the biggest differentiators between consistent losing trades and consistent winning trades. We strive to help traders learn simple strategies, things that anybody can trade, anybody can make use of, and we focus on developing strategies that have a high win rate. And the other thing is we don't want to cater to just the elite traders. We don't want to cater to just the most experienced traders like I was talking about in our live trading room. We also want to cater to people who may just need to start at the beginning. And we have ways that you can do that if you really have a passion for learning. Frank, you remember back in the early days when you were just learning how to trade and the whole learning curve you went through from then until now?
Exactly. I mean, I started back in 2007. I knew about stocks. I knew a little bit about option trading. I heard it was great for leverage, but yeah, it can be overwhelming at the beginning, but it's just learning, taking baby steps, learning the concepts and understanding it, and just not giving up. And it took a little while, but once you got it, once I learned it, I understand the power of it. The what's out there, and with technology the way it is now, I realize that, hey, I can play with the big boys now. I'm learning the exact same stuff they have. I don't need a gazillion dollars, and that really opened up the eyes for me.
And where did you learn most of that?
I learned it from you. Yeah, you're on stage there, and I was very impressed. You have a way of teaching it in a way that a newbie or even an experienced trader can understand it. And you're very patient. You were patient with me, and you don't get frustrated. And I really appreciate that. And I was able to learn it without my head was already spinning, but I was able to keep learning, keep attending, and finally it just clicked in. I had the aha moment, or okay, I get it now. Now I see it. But that wouldn't have been possible if I didn't have the good teacher, the good instructor like yourself.
So Frank's not an unusual case. It can be a little overwhelming if you really have a passion for learning how to trade options. And a lot of people invest way more money than they need to in seeking out seminars and webinars and buying books and buying the next course and then not really knowing what to do with it. And we've got some programs that I think you'll just would put you on the right track and help you get started with trading. So let me give you a little bit of an idea of what that's all about. We help traders overcome anxiety. Very simply put, we help traders overcome anxiety. Why would I focus on that as opposed to telling you more about strategies? Because at the end of the day, the strategies are the things that help you reduce anxiety, but most traders either abandon trading because they can't handle the pressure, or people avoid trading because they have the perception that it is so risky that they can't handle it. And I will tell you very simply, we work to overcome that anxiety for people. The proper amount of capital commitment is the number one reason that people avoid anxiety. If you've got too much capital committed, too much capital at risk in the market, you're going to worry all the time. You're going to make bad decisions when you're worried. You've got to be calm. You've got to be methodical, and we teach you how to do that. We take the anxiety out of trading. We teach you how to properly manage and adjust trades. If you get into a trade, it's like getting into a war. It's easy to get into. You have no idea how to get out of it. If you don't know how to get out of it at the time that you get into it, then you shouldn't be trading. We teach you how to get out of trades. We teach you how to manage and adjust, and then how to choose the right strategy and the right approach. There are different strategies that are appropriate at different times of the market. Frank, you've probably noticed recently in the month of January, we have had some of the most extreme volatility that the market has experienced in over 2 years. And that level of volatility dictates a slightly different type of strategy. And if you don't alter that type of strategy properly, then you can get yourself into trouble. Just one simple approach to trading can eliminate most anxiety. So that's a big deal for me.
Yeah, management is a key right there. You know, having a strategy to implement if the market goes down or goes up. Just
Mhm.
management, because a lot of people just, they buy it, or they buy a straight up, what they call a naked option. And if you have no strategy to save yourself, boy, I hope you can handle the
You're, you're
risk.
gonna you're gonna blow out your account, and you're not gonna be happy, and you won't come back, and that's disappointing.
Yes.
All right, so the art of trading, forgiving spreads. I'm going to break this down a little bit for you. I'm not going into great detail, but later on, Frank and I are going to give you a link where you can go to, and there's no obligation to you. It's not like you're buying anything. You can click on that link, and we're going to give you a free bonus. And that free bonus is a 1 hour in-depth instruction that I have provided on these forgiving spreads, these forgiving strategies. So calendar spreads are simple directional strategy, and they're great for low volatility markets. I explain that in great detail in the free webinar that we'll give you access to. Market Tamers is a proprietary strategy that we've developed at Options Moneymaker. It makes use of 2 calendar spreads. It's a non-directional strategy, and it's excellent, again, for low volatility markets. It's basically taking calendar spreads, putting 2 of them together, and we create a market tamer. We don't really care which direction the market moves, but if there's low volatility, this is a great strategy to be trading. And then vertical combos are another directional strategy. It's a very simple strategy, and those are excellent for high volatility markets. We've been trading a ton of vertical combos, Frank, in the past month, and I'm going to show you some results of those in just a minute. But if you just very simply look at this, you've got 3 variations, basically, of what is a core single strategy. That makes it very simple for you to learn. We can simplify this process for you to learn and be successful. All right, I'm going to change the format there. Here we go. So what is the forgiveness factor? Well, it's when the price moves against your position. It's when you open a position and the price moves against it. Most people don't know what to do. We trade strategies that have what's called a forgiveness factor because we know that if the price moves against our position, we might still actually be profitable, or at a minimum, we might break even on that trade. When you're trading, half the solution to being successful is getting in at the right time. But you can't always guarantee you're going to get into the position at the right time. So you've got to have fallback strategies. You can't be dependent on only one singular approach. And our fallback strategy is building our spreads with a forgiveness factor. So if I get into a declining bias trade and all of a sudden it moves higher instead, I can still actually get out for a profit or maybe break even. Knowing just that one factor can dramatically improve your profits. The basic rules of success for trading: take profits in the shortest time possible, The longer you hold the position, the greater the chance of a sudden or unexpected move. A lot of people put on positions, they have a predetermined amount that they want to earn on that position, and they let that position sit out there despite the fact that there are clues, warning bells going off. They ought to be taking the profit that they have and getting out back to cash. You don't want to do that. We're going to show you how to take small profits. And a lot of small and quick trades, small profits and quick trades will accumulate to a big account, and they will relieve a lot of anxiety. And then each spread strategy, as I said, has a forgiveness factor. That right there, those two slides, Frank,
Mm-hmm.
3 basic core strategies, all forgiving spreads, the forgiveness factor, and then the basic rules of success. If you give me an hour of your time, I can get you started trading. Okay, and we've got programs that are going to get you on the right track. So the 3 variations of the forgiving spread are the market tamer, which is non-directional, calendar spread, which is directional with low volatility, vertical combo, it's directional with high volatility. You can trade every market condition out there. Now, we trade the NASDAQ 100 a lot. So, for example, we trade these 3 indexes, NASDAQ 100, S&P 500, and the Russell 2000. We do that for simplicity. We do that because we don't want to overcomplicate our trading. We don't want to have to think about it too much. I don't want to be exhausted at the end of the trading day. If I'm constantly scouring the entire universe of optionable stocks looking for new positions, that's just exhausting. I pretty much just trade these 3 indexes. And on NDX, for example, Frank, in the month of January, there was about a 260 point range from low to high in the month of January. And we didn't just make that move once. We made that move 3 times, up and down, and back up again, and back down again, and back up.
And that's not normal, right?
Well, what's normal is movement
Or an index
like that on the index.
Yeah.
But what's not normal is the range of that movement in the period of time, and that's why I say we're in a very high volatility market right now. Wow. And we've been trading almost exclusively our vertical combos, but you have to be wise enough to know when to switch to market tamers and calendar spreads. But I mean, we've just been cleaning up. That's all I'll say, and I'm going to share that with you in just a minute. It'll be a surprise for you too, Frank, just like people that are listening in.
Can't wait.
So what we've developed is an excellent set of strategies for both active day traders, people who may want to participate in our live trading room, our elite trader service, who are experienced with spreads but may want to improve their skill set. These same strategies work for active traders and day traders. We can open and close some of these trades in the same day. But if you're a more casual trader and you don't have time to sit in front of your computer, you have a job, you have a business to run, you have other things going on in your life, you're a part-time trader, these exact same strategies can be applied for casual traders. So we've just really peeled this back to a point where it is so simple for us now, so simple for our traders. We focus on a core set of indexes, we focus on a core set of strategies, and whether you're an active day trader in our live trading room or you are a casual part-time trader in our alert service, you can be very successful. So drum roll, Frank, here's the January performance report. So first of all, let me just tell you that the Grow 20 that I have out here, the Grow 20 program, is our core program, education and trading program for part-time traders. The Grow 20 program is designed to teach you how to trade over a 6-month period. This isn't a one and done. This isn't read the book and hope you can figure it out. This isn't attending a weekend seminar and you're like a deer in the headlights come Monday morning. You don't know what to do. The Grow 20 education program gives you 10 hours of self-study up front, but immediately while you're working on going through that 10 hours, And some people will do it all in a day. Some people will do it over a couple of weeks. But however long it takes you, immediately we sign you up for our daily alert service. With a daily alert service every day, you get a 15-minute continuing education update from me, where I'm analyzing the market and I'm analyzing the position that we have open, and I'm helping you understand how you should be looking at that. You get that every day, 5 days a week for 6 months, and that's all free. That alert service is free when you have bought the education package. So let me just tell you what we've accomplished during the month of January. Now, with the Grow 20 program, we trade a single position at a time. We don't complicate things. These are people who have busy lives, but they have an interest and passion for trading. That's much like I used to be, Frank. I had a job where I led divisions of a Fortune 500 company for 26 years, and I loved to trade, and it was a hobby of mine. And I used to trade exactly like this. I would trade one position at a time, so I didn't overwhelm myself, and I was learning as I went. And I've taken that experience that I had and translated it into a program that will help any trader get acquainted with the markets. So we trade one position at a time. During the month of January, we closed out 5 positions. Closed out 5 positions in 4 weeks. So these positions have a relatively short hold time. We're not holding on to them for a long time. We're not holding on to them for weeks or months. We're in and out of these in a matter of days and taking profits. 100% of those positions were wins. Now, it's January, all right? We're just getting started for the year, but we're going to be providing updates throughout the year, and we hope you follow along with us. But 100%, all 5 of them were wins. We had huge market moves up and huge market moves down. Like I said, the NASDAQ 100 moved 260 points in a range multiple times. And yet we were able to navigate that with our strategies, and we were able to harvest 100% wins. Now, 5 positions is not a lot, but by the end of the year, if we're still talking about, something in the 90% win range, which is what we've experienced historically for the last 3 years with these types of strategies, that would be something to talk about. But we're just getting started for 2015. But I think the key to point out here is that of the 5 positions we closed, our average profit per trade was 15.7%. Now that's 15.7% of the risk that we put on. So some people might be trading bigger accounts, some people are trading smaller accounts, but everybody wins at about the same percentage profit rate. Take that and compound it for big growth. So what we like to say is that small risk, we take small bites, we put a small amount of money in, plus the forgiving spread strategy can equal huge growth, can just equal huge growth. So what do you think of that, Frank? I mean, we've got, you've been a trader, you know what it's like to try to get wins consistently. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I like the simplicity of it. I like the one trade because you could do that from wherever you're at. You could do one trade on your mobile phone from wherever you're at, and not having to worry about multiple positions and then have to pay attention to all these different positions, or if you have different options on different stocks, you can confuse yourself very quickly. So one position where that position, like an NDX, is used all the time, you kind of learn the history of that position and what it does. Then it helps the whole education of learning how to work your strategies by focusing on just a few indexes. But I do like the one position thing. I think that makes it a lot easier because you could always go to maybe have a second position if you wanted to, but once you master that one, oh my goodness, you got that one, just add a few more contracts and you're fine. So.
Well, you're absolutely right. And what happens, Frank, is as your account grows, so does your knowledge and so does your confidence. So now if you're 4 months out or 6 months out and your account has grown and you're feeling really good about what you're doing, you can add a second position. But you don't start out by trading multiple positions and then get yourself to a point where you feel completely overwhelmed and you just bail out and take your ball and go home. You
Exactly.
start with a single position and you do that over and over and over again. And you listen to a 15-minute per day daily update, 5 days a week for 6 months. And you get yourself to a point where you are literally programming your knowledge and programming your thinking about how these spreads respond in every market condition. By the time you have gone through 6 months of this, committing just 15 to 20 minutes a day, you should be very skilled and very comfortable. And like you said, Frank, expand the number of contracts or expand the number of positions. Start adding a second position out there. And as that continues to build and your account grows, you may add more contracts or you may add a third position. But you don't just jump all in just
Exactly.
because you think that options trading is a way to make big bucks. It is, but you don't jump all in right away. You do it, you do the self-study, then you do the trading with some adult supervision. I like to relate this to when I was going through flight school. I sat and read all the books and did the ground school work, and then I'd get in the cockpit and I would literally study, the controls and visualize the controls. But I never did anything. I never advanced to another level of my learning and education until without having my flight instructor sitting right there with me. And eventually you solo. Eventually you're on your own. We follow the same type of an approach here. We want to be with you until you're comfortable that you can do it on your own.
Exactly. I think that's good because I compare it to like going back to school. When I learned option trading and when I used to do some real estate, I looked back at, okay, I'm going like to night school. I'm going to learn this on the side because it keeps me in balance. And then when I'm comfortable, kind of like when I finish the class and I can regurgitate the story of what I'm doing to someone, all right, I'll put some money into this. But it's just a great thing to know on the side. It's nice to know it. And once you know it, people notice. So it's really good.
All right, so this is where people would start out, Frank, the Grow 20 program. If you are a brand new trader, this is the place to start. If you are a trader who hasn't had a lot of success and you want to try to figure out how to maybe weight page your trading and start over again, this would be the place for you to come. If you're a part-time trader, this would be the place for you to come. But now I want to share with you what our Elite Trader live trading room is. Now, anyone can be an elite trader. It just takes a little time for you to feel confident and learn enough about trading spreads and navigating your trading platform, feel comfortable with what you're doing. And you also have to have the time to do it. So most of our elite traders have full-time available. They're either full-time traders, and that's the way they generate their living, their income. They might be retired, they might be students, they might be someone whose family member works full-time, but they're at home. So there are a variety of reasons that people are trading live and trading full-time. This is our Elite Trader service, and the two trading services that we're going to be profiling throughout the year are Grow 20 for everyone who wants to get started or trades part-time, and then our Elite Live Trading Room. This is real-time trading for active traders. This is traders literally watching me trade live accounts throughout the market day, and they are watching my screen and they are able to follow right along and do exactly the same trades. Okay. Now, we do a lot more positions because we have multiple positions on at any one time. We can have anywhere from 1 to 10 positions open at one time. That doesn't bother anybody in the live trading room because they're experienced and they know what to do, but they also know how to temper the amount of capital they put into each position so they don't overextend their entire capital account. Here's our performance, Frank, for January. We closed 47 positions in 4 weeks. 47. We were busy some days. And I will just tell you, it is one of the most fun things you can do as a trader. to be that busy and that active. You're closing positions, you're taking profits. But we closed 47 positions. They're a short hold time. In the live trading room, our average hold time is 2 to 3 days. It's just we're not in these trades very long, and a lot of these trades we're into for less than a day. Out of those 47 positions, 43 of them were wins. We consciously took losses on 4 positions because that was the right thing to do. But we ended up with a 91.5% win rate. We generated huge profits. Now, I won't share the amount of profits that everybody was making, but in our trading room today, everybody was kind of going around and just commenting about how much they'd made for the month. And, Guy mentioned Ron, who had his best trading month ever for his trading career in the month of January. So those are huge. Some people were making more money than others, but that also is dictated by the size of their account. But everybody was loving the experience. When you get into the flow of trading and you're making money consistently, and you know that you have the lifestyle freedom that's associated with that, it can be just one of the best places to be. You have a lot of flexibility of what you do with your life, and if you're making the kind of money that you desire to make, and you're patient with yourself and you're patient with your education, then the live trading room is a great place to not only make money, but to continue to learn. Now, some of the comments that people in the live trading room have shared with me, Frank, are, we've provided a great trading experience as well as a great education. I am talking continuously throughout the live trading room hours during the market day, talking about chart patterns, talking about technical setups, talking about positions, philosophy of trading. So I'm taking a group of people who have graduated up to this level and literally immersing them in 25 plus years of trading knowledge. And it's a blast for me. I love it.
That's great. That's great. Man, you got a lot of happy campers over there.
9.5% average profit per trade. When you start compounding that, I'm just going to give you one number. I've got a spreadsheet where I take our trading account and project out for the course of the year. The trading account that we profile in the live trading room started out as a $110,000 account. We have projected out based on our January run rate that if we compound and maintain that same run rate, and I'm going to put a big qualifier in there. That's a big, big if, because that's only 1 month. But we have 3 years worth of history behind us also. So I'm looking at just January, but I know what we did the prior 3 years. And so if I project out, Frank, January's run rate through the end of the year, that $110,000 account grows into just over $1 million account if we're able to maintain the same run rate. So again, small risk. By the way, that $110,000 account, no time during the month of January did I have more than 35,000 of it at risk at one time. This isn't like putting the whole account on the line and trying to win big. No time did I have more than 35,000 at risk at one time. But we closed the month of January with $14,800 of profit. So $14,800 on a $110,000 account is a good return. $14,800 on no more risk than $35,000 is even a bigger, greater return. So small risk plus the forgiving spreads and the knowledge of what to do can equal big growth.
That sounds great. That looks really good because you're only putting up 35% of your capital that you're using. So,
yep.
And that's great profits just on that percentage.
So we're excited about February starting next week, and we're going to just carry this performance into February. So real quick here, Frank, and then let's chat a little bit. The Grow 20 program, that's where most people need to start. Generally, unless you are an experienced trader like Frank, or you have extensive experience trading spreads, generally you won't step immediately into the live trading room. But if you are, if you have that level of experience and you feel like you're qualified for that and would like to participate, we'll give you a contact email that you can reach out to me and inquire. But most people start with the Grow 20 program to get themselves oriented to trading and learn the strategies that we teach. It's designed for part-time traders, those seeking to learn a winning approach. Generally, people ask me a lot, well, how much capital should I trade? And I used to say all the time, you should trade whatever you're comfortable with. Now, I just kind of put a stake in the ground and say, you know what, $20,000 is a great starting point. But if you want to trade less, trade less. If you want to start with more, that's entirely up to you. We initially allocate a very small portion of that 20,000 to our single position. We're not risking 20,000 just because we have a $20,000 trading account. The last position we closed, we had less than $3,000 actually allocated to that position, and yet we've accumulated some great profits for the month. The balance of the capital is reserved for unknown conditions, management, adjustment, and keeping our level of anxiety and worry to non-existent. If we have 20,000 we're willing to trade, it doesn't mean that we necessarily want to lose 20,000. So we're keeping that in reserve. Then you do a daily 15-minute position review and compound 50% of your profits into new positions. You actually have the ability over about a 2 to 3 year period to grow a $20,000 account into $1 million based on the current run rate we have. So it takes longer than it does in the elite trading service, the live trading room, but it is still possible to accomplish. So if any of what Frank and I have been talking about interests you, let me just put this slide up for you and talk about the Forgiving Spread Education Program. That's the Grow 20 education program. It's 10 hours of video instruction on the market tamer, and then we add to that instruction in our daily education updates. You also get free a 6-month subscription to the Grow 20 alerts. That's where you're getting the daily education videos, the position review. You get email alerts every time we open, close, or adjust a position. We email that to you so you can just follow along with our trades. It's all part of your education. Now, the participation fee for this is just $14.95. And if it's something that you're interested in, this link, www.grow20education, grow20tradingeducation.com, will actually take you to a page that will give you more information. It's not even a sign-up page yet. It'll just give you more information on the Grow 20 trading program. And there's an opportunity for you to actually access a free bonus on that page, which is a full 1-hour deep dive instruction on each of the 3 forgiving spread strategies. It's a 1-hour instruction that combined with my book which is free, that combined with my book for $10 is a great way for you to get started. And if you like what you see, then you're going to circle your way back to us and let us help you for just $14.95. If you have other questions, or if you think that the live trading room is something you'd be interested in, you can email me directly at mark@theartoftradingoptions.com. mark@theartoftradingoptions.com. So, Frank, you've been almost with me since the beginning. Well, you have been with me since the beginning of Options Moneymaker, and we've known each other for a long time. And now you're the CEO and founder of your own company, and you're helping a lot of people like me, a lot of small business owners, get on the right foot. What kind of thoughts, what kind of questions do you think people would have about this program?
My main thought would be, if I was starting out, just saw you for the first time, is maybe the learning curve. How long, with the Grow 20, how long does it take somebody maybe to get proficient at it without really putting any money up initially? I mean, can a person just kind of watch what you're doing without really doing anything for a while, or do they jump in right away?
Well, you don't learn to swim by sitting on the side of the pool and flapping your arms. You do have to get in at some point. I would say that the learning curve is going to be different from person to person. But if I laid this out in a very simple step-by-step approach, what I would say is start by buying my book. Now, that's not an ad because I want to sell books. It's an ad because I wrote the book and Frank helped me get the book published. And Frank's responsible for it being a #1 bestseller on Amazon and getting more and more people to pay attention to it. But I wrote the book mainly as a way to say, listen, if you're not sure about our program, if you're not sure it's right for you, don't spend $14.95. Spend $10 and read an 85-page book and see if it makes sense to you. That starts the learning curve. And then what I would say is step 2 is sign up for the Grow 20 program. Now that's a $1,500 commitment, and you're going to then learn a little bit at a time on a daily basis. You've got the upfront 10 hours of instruction, and then you've got ongoing for 6 months. Now, in terms of actual learning curve, I didn't just arbitrarily give a 6-month free subscription to the Grow 20 Alert Service. Back in the days when I was in corporate and leading divisions for a Fortune 500 company, I invested a lot of my career time in training and development and learning programs, and learned a lot about adult education and how people learn. And the 6-month time frame in small chunks every day that are repetitious day after day after day are designed to program your knowledge and your confidence. So I think 6 months is an excellent time frame to allow yourself to really learn and become proficient at this.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, because that's about after about 3 or 4 months when I was starting out. I mean, that was with a lot of other technical analysis I had to learn too. Is part of your program also learning about charting?
Part of the Marketamer program is learning about charting. Most of the charting is taught through the daily continuing education. There's no upfront learning about charting. What we do is we teach it to you in real time under real market conditions, and we show you the charts. And we have other programs at Options Moneymaker which are more advanced that are between the Grow 20 program and the live trading room. But as traders become more and more proficient, if they want more advanced knowledge and they don't have time to get into the live trading room, we have another training program called Trade to Win, and we do an extensive amount of charting instruction there, as well as other strategies.
That's great. Yeah, what I like about your program too is you don't have to sit in front of your computer through a whole trading day. It can be done part-time or full-time if you want. But if you have a laptop, you can do this from wherever you live. You can do it from work, from all places.
Yeah, I know you've traded from your car before, haven't you, Frank?
Yeah, literally. And I go hide behind a building and do it. But yeah, it gives you. This is a great program. Mark loves what he does, and he's a consummate professional, and he's a great mentor. So he likes teaching people, and you can tell. So and that's what I learned from Mark. He's very patient with you. He's not going to yell at you or tell you you don't get it for the 50th time. He understands the learning curve. So this is a great program. And another question I had, Mark, was on each trade. You probably answered it, but is there an average of how long a person could be in a trade? Say you're in one trade, could you be literally in and out in a minute, or does it usually longer than that?
In the Grow 20 program, the minimum hold time for us right now is 1 day.
1 day.
We will not, in the Grow 20 program, do what are called day trades. We won't get into the trade and out of the trade in the same day. And the reason we do that is because people who are just starting out maybe trading smaller accounts. And there are exchange rules around day trading accounts, and the size of the account has to be over a certain limit. We just are trying to keep this as simple as possible. So we never exit out of a trade in the same day in the Grow 20 program. In the live trading room, literally, if we have a profit that we like and it's 10 minutes after we open that position, we are out. We are taking it off. And that's just one other element of the advancement of your education and advancement of your confidence level. We take those trades off. Now, let me just tell you, though, that we've got a gentleman, Donald, who's part of our live trading group. He doesn't do any day trades. Even though in the live trading room, we may take a trade off right away, he always holds it till the next day, and he takes it off then. Sometimes he makes more money than we did by taking it off right away. But his results for the month of January were just absolutely stellar. And so he has a little bit different variation, but he's experienced enough and confident enough that he knows how to just slightly alter what we're doing. And that's fine, because what we're striving to do here, Frank, is we're striving to make people independent. We're not striving to make people dependent on us. We want them to be independent traders. We'd like them to always choose to be part of our Options Moneymaker community, but we never want them to be totally dependent on us, where if all of a sudden we chose to go away, they wouldn't know what to do. We want them to develop a skill set that they can have for the rest of their life.
That's great. That's great. Also, Mark, real quick, I know the volatility has been going pretty crazy this last month. What happens when the market kind of settles down? Well, what's been your history with that when it settles down to a more not so up and down market?
Still excellent opportunities. And that will just be a time that we will choose either the calendar spread or the market tamer variation of our strategies. As I said before, we've been trading the vertical combo spreads, and that's what's allowed us to take so much profit in this high volatility market. But after that, we'll start trading the lower volatility strategies, and we'll still have just as many opportunities as we have had in January.
Great. Sounds good.
All right. So, Frank, I really appreciate you being here. And again, you've just been an outstanding asset to Options Moneymaker in terms of developing our business and helping us get a book out there that I just passionately believe is a great way for people to get introduced to the market. So if you're interested in the book, folks, Amazon.com, my name, Mark Dannenberg, or The Art of Trading is a great way to search for it. You can get the book on Kindle. You can get the book in paperback. If you just like what you see, or you've seen us before and you've learned enough about us, you can go to grow20tradingeducation.com. You can sign up for the program. You'll be guided through how to sign up for our Grow 20 program. But at a minimum, you ought to go to the link and grab our 1 hour free video. It's not an ad. It's not a promotion. It is the details of many parts of trading these forgiving spreads. So it's a great education. That combined with the book may be all you need. We'd like to have you come and join us. There's a ton of stuff that we can help you learn. But the book and that free video will help you get started.
Sounds great.
Frank, thanks for being here. Appreciate all your help and support, and we hope to have many of you come and join us in the near future.
Thanks for having me, Mark.
All right.